What's going on, Jeromes? It's a beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So no matter how the Vikings got there, they are 4-0, and it doesn't matter what order the points were scored. Vikings went on the road and beat a very tough, greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers team in their own house, 31-29. Got it done, and I don't know. Stop the count. Yeah, but I guess we'll see what happens tonight. Seattle Seahawks taking on the stupid Detroit Lions. Low energy Lions. But I don't know. Right now, look around the NFC. Like, who scares you? I know we've done this before, but who scares you? Well, the commies, maybe. Commies got themselves a win over out in Arizona. Should update this. But the Vikings, you got to feel good about things. And the fact that the Vikings didn't play their best in the second half and they still got a win makes you feel pretty good. Also feeling pretty good is Aaron Jones' return to Lambeau Field. Now, you do have to respect Packer fans. I feel like the ovation that he got, the love that he got, genuine, right? So this isn't like a Bert Favre situation or Aaron Rodgers situation. They genuinely love Aaron Jones, which is fantastic, and it's great too. So all the talk this week is like, oh, once Aaron Jones scores, he's going to jump into the stands. No. We'll rag at Sports Illustrated after the game. Aaron Jones said some Packers defenders were talking to him afterward about not letting him Lambeau leap in the game. Quote, "You guys should be worried about the score," he told them, which is great. And here's the thing too. I know that everyone's frustrated the way that the Packers game turned out, but doesn't matter. 4-0 is still 4-0, right? And also, you do have the lessons of, hey, maybe we shouldn't be so full of ourselves. Hey, maybe we have to close out games. Hey, all that stuff. And so they get the benefit of that without losing. Jordan Schultz report. The Vikings are 4-0, and what's even more impressive is that their last 3 wins came against teams that made it to at least the divisional round last year. The Niners, who lost in the Super Bowl, the Texans, and the Packers, which is, I'm told that is good. That was supposed to be a tough part of their schedule. It hasn't looked like that for them. The squad is locked in. Now, as we said at the beginning of the year, like, whenever the schedule comes out, that's a win, dog. That's a loss. I mean, tough parts can get easy. Easy parts can become very tough, right? So, overall, just take it 1 week at a time. The Jets are going to be pissed off after their shellacking or very poor showing against the Broncos. So, got to get ready for that. But there's a very real possibility the Vikings head into the bye at 5-0, which you got to feel good about, right? And also, again, I know that we sort of have to talk people off the ledge, but here's what the facts are. Vikings 4-0. Vikings 3-0 in conference. Very important when it comes to playoff seeding. The Vikings are 1-0 in division. Your first goal for a team every year is win the division. And you also have one of your road wins against the Packers in your back pocket, which is great. They're tied for second in the NFL in point differential. I'm told that's important, right? So very impressive wins. Currently, they're the number 2 scoring team in the NFL with 116. The Bills just passed them. Yeah. And also second in the NFL in takeaways with 10. So Vikings will be fine. Vikings will be A-okay. The defense shall get back after things. Offensively, they won't only score 3 points and a half, which would be kind of nice. Also nice. So Bruce Clark, football analyst, put this in. Vikings time spent this season trailing 3 minutes, 26 seconds, which was week 1 against the Giants after they kicked that opening field goal. Tied 23-55, and then leading by 20-plus points, 36-14. So of 120 minutes, no, that's not right. Out of 240 minutes this season, the Vikings have been leading by 20-plus points, 36 minutes, and 14 seconds, which is also pretty damn good. All right. And also, speaking of trailing, so Vikes Insider, the Vikings haven't trailed over the last 2 weeks. They played the 49ers, Texans, and the Packers. So they trailed for 0 goose egg D'Angelo Russell seconds against the Niners, the reigning defending NFC champions, the Texans, who are very damn good, last year's AFC South champions, and also the Packers, who I'm told were pretty good, right? And also, here's the thing too about the Packers game is that for as near rung as that thing was, guess how many snaps the Packers had on offense where they were threatening to take the lead after the third quarter. All right, so how many snaps on offense where the Packers could have taken the lead from the second quarter on, the rest of the game? 0. Goose and D'Angelo Russell. Once they got within 6, the Vikings kicked a field goal. Once they got within 2, Vikings recover the onside kick and it's game over, right? So even though, I mean, there's a little bit of pucker factor at the end, like how close were the Packers really? Right? It's a debate. Now, you could say that the defense fell apart and gave up too much soft yardage, but also, I mean, Byron Murphy Jr., interception, forced a fumble, major role. Like, if the Vikings don't get those 2 turnovers, this could be a very different type of conversation today, right? But also, so a lot was made of Jordan Love wearing the Brett Favre jersey, an homage to number 4. NFL meme. There have been lots of variants of jokes off of this, but NFL memes. Jordan Love showed up to today's game wearing a Brett Favre jersey and threw 3 interceptions to honor him, which is kind of fair. Yeah. Also, the post game videos, like Kevin O'Connell's so good at the post game locker room talks. So after he and KOC win a dozen Gerald Bartys in the next 10 years with Flores, I do think that Kevin O'Connell should get into like corporate speaking, because I think he'd be really good at it. Yeah, charging $2 million a pop to Deloitte, talk about stuff and things. No, but basically, his relationship with Sam Darnold is fantastic, because we said this before. I think that O'Connell does see some of himself in Sam Darnold's story, in his football journey, as O'Connell says all the time, where wasn't given the time of day, didn't pan out. Now, O'Connell, 3rd round pick. Darnold, number 3 overall pick. But I think there's a lot of crossover there. And I'm glad that O'Connell is giving Darnold the space to grow and show, and he's so freaking proud of Sam Darnold. So am I, man. Also, Harrison Phillips in the background. Phillips, horrible Harry, put out this tweet. Lots of pictures of the Vikings and the victory against the Packers. Many men. So the 50 Cent anthem, Many Men, Wish Death Upon Me, has sort of become the Vikings' unofficial anthem after wins. Now, what's interesting is that it's a great tune, right? The chorus, like, everyone can sing along. But the verses, the white guys kind of have to take a step back. If you catch my drift, man. But so I enjoy the Purple Haze nickname. The Northman has definitely grown on me. But also, it was right in front of us too. Many men. Now, yes, there's connotations there, sure, but I feel like that's pretty good. Many men. I don't know, man. Doesn't matter. They can be the no-name defense, which was already taken by the Dolphins back in the day, but I don't care. Yeah. Something I do care about, slinging Sam Darnold, put it on the table, doing the damn thing. So 4 straight games of 100-plus passer rating. Also, he's the first Vikings quarterback in team history to start 4-0 and throw a touchdown each of the 4 games. So it's pretty good, right? And Darnold, I just said that. Sam Darnold, first Vikings quarterback starts season 4-0 and throw a touchdown. At least 2 touchdown passes in each of the 4 wins. So even better. Absolutely. I think that we've reached the point where we need to have a conversation about Sam Darnold, where he's exactly what the Vikings have wanted for years. Darnold is what we wanted Kirk Cousins to be. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a lot of football left to be played this year, but early returns are very good as we reach the de facto quarter mark of the season. I mean, Sam Darnold's looking really damn good. And I love me some J.J. McCarthy, yes, but Darnold is going to force the issue here. This annoys me. So Skip Bayless. I feel like we've been talking about Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith too much. I think we've only mentioned them once each, but it's too much. So Skip Bayless put this out. I'm still not all that sold on Sam Darnold. Congratulations. But I have to give it up. The Minnesota Vikings are for real. For real. Now, this is a kiss of death. 4-13 season incoming. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Everything that Skip Bayless believes in turns to poo-poo. Whether it's the Cowboys, whether it's Tebow, whether it's whatever. I'm not about this, man. Not about it. Nah. I will say, though, so Skip Bayless's brother is Rick Bayless, who's a famous chef, specialized in Mexican cuisine. The wife and I, so we got a long weekend after the Rams game. The wife and I are going to his Fonterra Grill place in Chicago. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Also, what's really creepy, look up a video of Rick Bayless like going through a recipe or something. The speech tone and cadence is exactly like Skip. It's really creepy. but also understandable, but also really creepy. Anyways, lastly, I'm just going to pull this out every single week after the Vikings win. Never forget that on September 14th, 2024, the year of our Lord, ESPN analytics Seth Walder predicted that the Vikings would stumble into the number 1 overall pick, finishing 4-13. Actually, that's still in play, I guess. I don't know, man. But no matter how much you dislike the national media jabroni haircuts, remember, it's not enough. It is not enough. But that's it. Your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings victory Monday. You guys are the best. Thank you very much. We got a ton of Venmos and Cash Apps over the weekend. Super Chats are fantastic too. Thank you very much for helping keep the lights on. And let's keep this vibe going. Got good vibes this season. Love the drums. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.